GAMERDJINN Candor. We're here doing a walkabout, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Please do me a ginormous favor: like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that little bell icon, knowing to put out the next video. Anyway, let's get into it. Today we're here talking about, well, basically, I'm having an issue with my electric company, and I'm pretty sure, since it's summer, I'm pretty sure who hasn't, right? Well, apparently I'm having an issue with the fact that my last bill was pretty high, don't get me wrong, but we were able to pay for it. We still felt like it was kind of exorbitant, but we paid it and we had little to no problems. Now we have to talk to our people, right? And tell me, guys, in the comments, how many of you guys had this moment where your upcoming bills are almost doubled? Well, actually, ours is doubled, if not more, because it's gotten to the point where we were almost paying $300 last time, and we're very close to $600 now. And ladies and gentlemen, we gotta step up, because you know for a fact that I heard a rumor. Mind you, this is a rumor. I'm not entirely 100% sure, but someone in our government, in our state legislator, basically okayed certain companies to basically. I found out that the company in our state, one of our electric companies in our state, filed for basically a monopoly. In other words, they bought out all the other states. Mind you, again, it is a rumor. I have no idea if it's true or not, and if it isn't, I'm hoping I'm just blowing hot air, since it's. Hey, Araya. Thank you very much for checking out my video. Sincerely appreciate it. Yo, my dude. Or dudette, whatever. Anyway, so I'm basically telling you guys that politics has gotten to the point where they interfere with actual commerce and things like electricity. And the fact that they do that is a major league red flag. Guys, you know what's really bad? When electricity is being affected by politics. They're basically trying to hype up utilities to an exorbitant amount. Like, ladies and gentlemen, our country is not made of gold. Even though they think it is not. You know who makes it golden? The people, ladies and gentlemen. And when you tax the people to... Not Alex. Nice. By the way, guys, any of you guys tuning in, please do me this ginormous favor of liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell icon, knowing up, putting out next video. I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you very much. So basically, I'm putting out this video just to basically put a little PSA out there that, mind you, I might not be 100% on these things because I'm not giving any specifics. There's no way in Hades I'm going to give specifics because I don't want to get libeled. Because, oh, trust me, those companies, when they feel like they're getting slighted, I'll be lucky to keep the shirt on my back. Mind you, this is a company shirt. That's the sad part. So yeah, I'm telling you right now, folks. Be very, very careful who you trust in the elections in general, because who knows if they have a politician or a company in their back pocket, or both. Because good God's on high, mind you, I know I say I don't like politics, but the problem is I'm seeing it more and more in society. The more people go into politics, the more you see what kind of things they do to basically buy their votes. They go from basically buying companies, buying their competitors, and turning something that we thought is illegal. You know, we actually have monopolies in this United States. You want to know why it's supposedly illegal, and I'm using air quotes here. There's a reason why it's in general illegal, because it stifles it stifles the American's dream. Not really an American dream, but it stifles the ability to innovate. And when they innovate is when things get better for everyone. When there's more jobs, there's more opportunities, and the innovation basically helps the country in general. There's a reason why they're doing monopolies, is because they're trying to stifle our ability to innovate, because they know if we innovate, we have the ability to basically push them out of office. Because, you know, the smart ones are the ones that build a better future, and they're trying to limit said future, ladies and gentlemen. Mind you, this seems like one of those chalkboard conspiracy theories. Ladies and gentlemen, it might be a theory on my part, but it's starting to be proven, mind you, in very small ways, very like drip drop kind of way. Like, let me explain another way they're doing this. Education. Have you ever guys noticed in the past 10 to 15 years, a bare minimum 20 years, I'm not kidding, in the last 20 years or so, there have been drops in education standards in the United States. We are literally on the bottom rung of education, where we say, oh, we got high test scores. We got, no, we don't. We really don't. If you look into our test scores, we are not even in the top 10. We're barely scraping 12 at the bare minimum, and mind you, that's the last time I checked. I'm pretty sure it's lower now. I'm pretty sure we're in the low 20s, in as far as education all around the world. Look it up, guys. I want you guys to check it out one day, and I'm actually gonna look it up later, and I'm gonna tell you guys that number, because holy shit, I wouldn't be surprised if we're at least 25. At level 25 right there. And mind you, our education system has gone to shit, complete and utter garbage. And mind you, again, it started a good 10 years ago. They say, well, no, how about COVID? COVID didn't exactly help us. We were going down, obviously. We were going down at that point. But COVID basically grabbed our wrist and threw us off that ladder. Like, we went from just climbing down a ladder normally to the point where we were kicked down. And yes, folks, I'm exaggerating here, but in a sense where it's gotten to that point. It's gotten to the point where I'm not going to exaggerate, in the sense where we started to free fall. And as far as quality education, quantity, it's gotten to the point where our actual system has required more of our educational. And it's not because of the fact that we think that we need more. No, guys, it's because our legislators think, well, why don't we put more requirements and see if that works? Well, there's a reason why the concept of education has gone down to shit. There's a reason why there's less and less people going to college, because college became a you can get jobs without college and still become, very, very successful. You just gotta be. You get. The thing is, the drive it takes to get into college is the drive it takes to get a successful job. It's the honest truth. So you guys think, well, why don't you just go to college with that attitude? I'm like, well, that's one thing. The other thing is the cost to go to college is skyrocketed within the last 20 years as well. Everything as far as pricing goes, college has gotten worse. It's gotten to the point where it's exorbitant enough. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, the price of going to college now is the amount of money it would take to go into a private school. Not a college, a private school in general. And that's the money we have. It escalated it to that point where our money goes, mind you, most of that money goes to tuition. And I don't even know why tuition is the problem. It's basically a placeholder, ladies and gentlemen. You're literally saying, well, I'm paying for this class and this. Well, pay for the classes, not the fucking tuition. I don't even know why there's such a thing as tuition. They say administration fees. It takes money to put my information into your computer and keep it safe in case I need it for emergencies. It takes money to do that shit. Is that what I'm hearing? Apparently so. Fine, I get that. It takes money for receptionists to do their job. Fine, it's a job. Understandable. Now here's the problem I have. The concept that I always hated was the fact that for the most part, high school was completely free because the state and or federal government paid for you going to school. Mind you, and this is just on the certain countries, and I know there's countries out there that actually have to have same tuition based learning. I have a sister that used to go to Mexico, and Mexico had a different school system. Things cost money to go to school, which is understandable. Again, that would have been one thing, but another thing is, I don't think all that money goes to the teachers, because a lot of times I feel like the teachers should get a lot of the lion's share of that money. It doesn't go to the teachers, guys. It goes to the administrators. And the administrators put in policies or bullshit that really don't fit the criteria of learning. Mind you, again, yes, I get it. Certain schools are different and different concepts. But the problem I have is these schools. I've actually seen schools that are like from one end to the city to the other. I saw one school, right? Mind you, I saw on a, not really a TikTok, but like a newsreel, where one school from, I think it was Detroit. I think somewhere near Detroit on like east side. It was one of those preppy schools, one of those schools where everybody's wearing a cardigan or whatever. Everybody's just, enjoying their lives. It's like, oh, how you doing? And then on the west side or whatever, there's a school. You go in, and the first thought in my mind was, God damn it, where's my wallet? you guys don't understand that joke, it's literally that. It's gotten to that point where the teachers leave their wallets at home for the fear that the students would jack their wallets or hold them up in the middle of class. Like, you can imagine going to school, into your classroom, you're an English teacher or something, and all of a sudden your teacher one of your students pulls out a switchblade and goes, "Hey, teach, you know, I didn't like that F you gave me. Now give me your wallet. Run it back, motherfucker." I'm like, it wouldn't even have to be that bad. He could have gotten an A, and the motherfucker would have tried mugging you. And here's the problem: the money for this school all but dried up. Oh, I'm not kidding. It was a story, mind you. I think it was a movie. I think it became a movie at one point, where the teacher is basically trying to teach these kids. Mind you, there's like 2 or 3 types of movies like this. One with the guy that plays Chandler Bing, and another one that I can't remember his name, but he played Selena's dad in one movie with Jennifer Lopez. I don't remember who exactly. If you guys know what I'm talking about, there are basically 2 movies I can remember. These movies basically about these teachers that are just basically trying to teach these kids, and these kids are in schools that are basically wrote off as delinquent schools. You know, the kids skipping left, right, and center. You know, taking bullshit, getting mugged, shit like that. There's even a story about, I don't remember if it was any of these 2 movies, but there was a story about a girl getting basically raped by one of the administrators. It was just, I'm hearing these stories, and I'm thinking to myself, gee, I wonder where all that funding went. It was either the principal or the administrator in general that fucking embezzled shit and that just left the kids to... nobody cared about these kids. Nobody. And it wasn't until this one teacher, which had he has brass balls of steel, goes into these students at one point doing some really fucked up shit. They basically call them out on their shit. It's like, hey, what the fuck is your problem? And they basically tried, not the children. The children were actually happy because somebody actually gave 2 shits. But the administration got pissed off. It's like, hey, you can't call us out on this shit, man. It's just how it is. It is what it is, you know? And between you and me, guys, I want to punch whoever keeps telling me it is what it is. I knocked their teeth down their throat, and then it's like, what the fuck happened? Well, it is what it is, motherfucker. You love those words, so I might as well shove them down your throat. I'm just saying, between you and me, I hate it when people try to tell me it is what it is. And I'm like, it ain't what it ain't, man. I see that you are bullshitting. You're just using it is what it is because you think it's funny. You think it will explain everything. It doesn't explain shit. It just explains how ignorant and out of touch with reality you are. Mind you, that's just that. I didn't mean to go into a tangent with that one, but there was one video that I couldn't stand. I saw a video that was just as bad. Well, actually, it was pretty bad, but it wasn't as bad. So I saw one where it was a Walmart, basically, around the time where they started putting up the pandemic things, you know, the to clean up to clean up the carts, which I don't understand. I never understood. I mean, seriously, guys, hose them down and I'm good, you know. I get it, kids on it all over the time. I mean, honestly, I never had kids, so if a lot of people wiped it down, it's whatever. If I got sick, well then I'm pretty sure I'm tough enough to take care of most sicknesses on the lower end of the spectrum. So let's go south. The story I was thinking was a lady going into a home, and she basically starts rating basically the greeter, saying, "Hey, you need to clean my car and make it quick." Basically saying, "Snap your fingers." Ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck? Like, first of all, if you think snapping someone's fingers is gonna get that other person to do it faster, like they're a mad dog, my first thought was, oh, princess, you should go to hell. Because that kind of attitude is just not okay. And I want to see some likes and dislikes on what I'm saying, because come on, would you tolerate that shit? Would you tolerate some people snapping their fingers like I consider breaking their thumb so they can never snap again? Because what the hell? If somebody snaps my face like that, oh, I give it to it good. Right between the eyes. Wham. Because I don't take people telling me what to do on normal days. But when you start snapping at me like a dog, guess what? There's a reason why dogs are revered as strong biters. It's one of them. The only ones that can actually top dogs on biting are currently out of the charge. What they say about crocodiles: never trust the crocodile. Anyway, so the story goes, basically she starts snapping at this poor person, and half of it. They basically say, "Hey, I'm not going to do that because that's not my thing." Apparently, it's a self-care, kind of situation. Use the items, and I'm here watching you, but I'm not going to be poisoned. This Karen, for the last little bit, I own you. Every time I buy things from you, I am giving you a paycheck. I own you. So, being a business slave, you really have to First of all, let's say a slave. I get paid a decent wage in those circumstances. And I don't get paid anywhere near this is something me that they own me. And if you think that having a decent wage constitutes putting up with that kind of attitude, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel that is the case, then yeah, this person's in the right, they should want to go this way. You're the problem. You're the major league problem. I don't believe anybody owns anybody. Plus, when you work at somewhere, no one owns you, not even the managers. The managers may tell you or preferably ask you to do certain things, but they don't have the ability to tell you that you have to do it. Because if they try, You as a worker, ladies and gentlemen, have the ability to tell him, yeah, I'm not doing that. Mind you, there are consequences. Admittingly, there will be consequences to doing that. You tell your manager, I'm not going to do that. Well, you have to have a very goddamn good reason not to do it. Either A, I'm clocking out, which constitutes a pretty good, decent reason under most circumstances. Depends on whether or not your manager is a power-tripping prick. Another good reason would be if the task is hazardous to your health. If the task is it's not good for your health, my recommendation is tell them to fuck off. Not in those specific words, but basically, do not, and I repeat myself, do not harm yourself for said job. Whatever job it is, it doesn't fucking matter. Your job is for you to get paid for, not so you can get injuries. Ladies and gentlemen, your body, you don't need to hurt yourself to get a job or to keep your job. And if your managers try to tell you that is a different case, that your very right as a worker is non-existent, then you need to find a better job. So this is a PSA. One, I want to call out those monopolies. I don't care if they are true or not, because believe me, the extortion when it comes to electricity is just ridiculous. It's just beyond reckless. I mean, people where I live are being barbecued, and electric companies are basically trying to overcharge for whatever bullshit reason. They're trying to nickel and dime everyone, and it's getting ridiculous. That's the first one. Second one, know your worth as an individual, whether it's in your personal life or in your professional life. Know your worth, because nobody but you will know your worth better than you. And if somebody out there is doing this for you, just be careful, because they'll sometimes be using that against you. So again, know your specific worth. If somebody is helping you, again, make sure it's for the right reasons. Because there's always situations where, those people are supposedly helping you, but they're not. Make sure you understand who you are, what you stand for, and what you expect to gain in life. And if you don't know that yet, well, that's the point of living, guys. That's the point of living, is to figure it out. If it takes you your entire life, that's fine. That's the whole point. It's just all about discovering. Anyway, guys, this is your friendly neighborhood GAMERDJINN, Candor, wishing you love, luck, happiness, and a lot of magic. Because believe me, guys, in this world, we need some magic, especially with the bullshit happening now. Hopefully that magic helps the less fortunate. Take care, guys. This is your friendly neighborhood GAMERDJINN, Candor, signing off.